guys, this is Uma from React to the K, and if you think I'm tearing up, I am tearing up. I am really excited for Lee Jin-ah's comeback run with Grey. I just really like her music a lot. And I just got back from KCON New York the other day, and I met with a composer, Andreas Oberg, who has actually worked with Lee Jin-ah on her song Starry Night with Onu under SM Station, and I learned a little bit about her through him since he's, you know, actually composed that song with her, and even though there was a language barrier, you know, they were still able to create this masterpiece. She's one of my favorite artists, and I'm ridiculously excited for this. 3, 2, 1.
Run. 없이 길을 걸었지. 뭐가 나올지도 모른 채. 벗어나고파 고민거리들
We get dancing Lee. Oh, sorry, Lee Jin-ah, right? Oh, that's not Lee Jin-ah, is it? No, that isn't Lee Jin-ah. Okay.
어떻게 말해야 돼? 너에게 말을 걸 때. 새하얘지는데 어질어질해 내 머릿속은 빈 거래. 너도 나와 똑같은지.
Hi! Anyways, that first section, really cool syncopation. And this is like the floating pre-chorus before we get a nice chorus. Oh wow! I never expected this type of song from Lee Jin-ah. Yeah. Wow. When I think of Lee Jin-ah, I always think of jazz. This is not very jazzy, but still funky and using some jazz chords. I sometimes have a hard time feeling the groove, and I love that. It feels like I'm being thrown off every once in a while. The song is an experience. It's like stopping and starting, stopping and starting. It's a very specific vibe that I'm not sure how to... What? Oh, this is jazz. Was that a modulation? What just happened? This is like a really fast bossa nova. This is a very interesting mix of like Lee Jin-ah's usual style and something new. I wonder if Grey composed it with her. Yeah, I'm kind of speechless because this isn't what I expected. And I love the sound of congos or bongos. It's an interesting mix of electronic and acoustic. I don't know. It didn't sound very like Lee Jin-ah for me. Like the typical style that I'm used to and that I like from her. I don't know whether I'm let down or just a little bit confused. I'm gonna see who composed it with her. Okay, actually I can't find who composed it with her. If any of you guys know who were the original songwriters, it was probably Lee Jin-ah and Grey, I have a feeling. And I haven't heard any of Grey's past music, so maybe that's his style the verse and chorus, and then what was taken from her style is the piano improv section. And honestly, that stole the show for me. It totally took over the rest of the song. The rest of the song, it had like cute moments. I love the difference between this very fast-paced dun, dun, and it has like some like, you know, higher pitched percussion stuff going crazy in the background to like, you know, this very floaty section. I'm gonna listen to it a few more times. Yeah, be right back. Hi guys, so I'm back after a few listens, and I guess I can say why I feel so weird about this comeback. It's because this is the first time that we're hearing Jin Ah without acoustic jazz instruments. No brass section, no piano sounding keyboard. I'm not sure what the specific name is for the setting that she has her keyboard on, but it just threw me off because I've never heard Jin Ah's voice with this type of instrumentation or this style of not having something extremely jazzy or slow ballady. The sound is so staccato. And when I think of Jin Ah, her voice is quiet and soothing and soft and good for legato passages or tenuto markings on the vocal melody, but this is very it's very, very short and jolting. So that's another thing. I felt like her voice almost didn't fit into this style, and it feels a bit off because of that. But, you know, I think this could be a song that the more I listen to it, the more I enjoy it, because she's definitely mashing up different styles and creating this new sound, which I really respect. And there is a lot to dive into rhythm-wise, and so many different sounds, so many different synths, so many times the keyboard like quietly slides into the melody and you can barely tell, but it adds to the texture. So I'm gonna take you guys through again, and I took some notes, and I'll just talk about some of the things that I noticed. Okay, so to start off, we start with this really small intro, and after this intro, it's, you know, it's much slower paced than, you know, once it gets into the verse, and it actually starts off with this drum set sound as if it's gonna go into like swing or a big band style song, but then it just snaps you right into this electronic something else. It's as if she's saying, haha, you thought it was gonna be this style? No, just kidding, it's this style, and this is gray, and, you know, stuff like that. Okay, so intro. Like, it does hint at the synths. Like, even the rhythm in the drum set sounds as if it's gonna go into like some compound meter swing band thing, but no. Okay, next, this is verse 1. Two, three, four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is what I noticed. Earlier on in my reaction I said, oh, that's syncopation. Well, actually it isn't syncopated. But if you just listen to the vocal melody and you don't count along, if you don't pay attention to the groove as much, it almost feels syncopated because it's this very staccato, sudden. It almost feels like it's early, it almost feels like it's right before the beat. But if you're counting along, if you're conducting along, it goes 1, left, right, up, 1, 2, 3, 4. The hits are 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Like, it switches off from hitting on 1 and 4. And the reason why it feels like it's throwing you off is because in pop music we usually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can move like this when you're listening to the music. Those are the strongest beat. So we have 4 beats, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are like superior. These drive the movement forward, and that's why 90% of pop songs have percussion hits or something on these beats. But with this, it's trading off between 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It switches off between hitting on 1 and 4. 1 is our strongest beat, so we can definitely at least know that this is in 4/4 time. But hitting on 4, that's one of the weakest beats, so it's really, it shakes you up. And then not only do we have that going on, but we also have this like little synth. That's all that's happening. And then that part, I also thought it was syncopated when I first listened to it, but no, it's just because we expect a hit to go on 1, but instead he starts, he goes da da da, and then it hits on 2, and then goes 3, 4. It's so it feels like it's about to go like into like double time, but no, it just hits on 2 and 4 instead of 1 and 4, and it's just weird. It's so weird. Actually, I mean verse 1 part 1, and this is verse 1 part 2. And then pre-chorus, and I like how with this transition, first from verse 1 to verse 2 he said queen, and then da 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 da. That was that transition, and then the transition into the pre-chorus is Jin Ah joining him on a pickup to the main melody. So you don't know. It's a hint at the next more legato section. This is when it becomes legato. This is the style that I'm used to hearing Jin Ah's voice in, except it's fully synthy. And this is the part where they take off all the percussion, and instead what is driving everything forward is this arpeggiating synth in the left channel. You won't be able to hear it very well as I'm playing it from my phone, but if you look it up on YouTube, link in the description, you'll be able to hear it in the left channel. There's this bass synth going do 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 do. Chorus. And oops, that was the next song. And then I love how the transitions, most of the transitions in this song are either the congos, da 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 da, or the strings going or like something like that, or it's a pickup in the vocals to the next phrase. So yeah, okay. Okay, so right after chorus, this is verse 2, part 1. This is the intro of the strings. So with Jin Ah's verse, it's slightly different from the first verse where Gray was singing, because this time we have this trap beat on top, or I guess you could call it trap, I don't know, like high percussion, and then we also have the strings. We have like, it's a little thicker of a texture than when Gray was singing, because it was just 2 synths in his voice. This time it's those 2 synths plus strings plus like this jazz thing, and her vocal harmonies, of course. So now we're pre-chorus again. And this time the pre-chorus changes. Before it was I know what I've been through, na, na, na. But this time her keyboard actually plays some chords and matches and plays under the vocal melody, and then there's some vocal little from Gray. That's new. Chorus. Bridge. Bridge part 1. Not a modulation. Secondary dominant. Bridge part 2. Because it trades from Gray to Jin Ah. Chorus. Except it's different. They add a ton on. They're adding some more gonna run away in, and then Gray goes, stuff like that. And then they also have a new jazz organ synth going over. So yeah, 3 choruses. 3rd chorus has a bunch added on and is a little bit longer. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it ends on the 3rd chorus because it's just a chorus, but just like 5 more seconds of the chorus. So yeah, that's my overall opinion, I guess, on the song. Jin Ah is just full of new ideas and full of, I don't know, brilliant things, weird things that just may not appeal to your cup of tea or my cup of tea, but I just really, really, really respect her music and look up to her and stuff. So I will be doing a first listen to the few new songs on her full course, so I will be publishing that later. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.